guys, and welcome, good evening everyone, to today's edition of Le Mans Ultimate. Welcome to the Mercedes AMG Virtual Championship, round number 2 at Silverstone. Guys, it is time for us to do the very first laps and testing, because I have tried fixing the OBS scenes for the horizontal streams. Apparently that really didn't go too well, it seems. Yeah, so I don't know, I think the landscape ones are still pretty much effed up to an extent. Yes, so that bit of a sad story, I'm afraid. Why the hell is the crying? Here we go. As I mentioned, first a couple of laps testing. So let's see about our pace. I really wonder how the stream is. I think whenever we're driving, the stream might look just well enough in the vertical view. It's just in any other view, it's sort of F to an extent. So sorry about that. Anyone watching on Instagram or TikTok? Maybe you guys want to put something into the comments. Maybe not chat, because I believe I can't read chat, but the comments. I think that would be appreciated. Alright, let's go. I think we need to score about... Tablet, come on. SK's tablet connection is off. It's not. Alright, I think 58. We need to somehow manage 58. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see how great we can do this. We basically have this in qualifying to figure out on... Nicholas, have a guess. What you think? So Ribeiro 58-0. Probably gonna be pretty happy if I do a 59 in my very first lap. Again, this is the first ever attempt we're gonna do this. And I can't remember the last time I have raced the GT3 here around Silverstone, and I have to admit, my first impression is this is twitchy. You're going with a no at first. Well, unlucky, Nicholas. It is the Mercedes AMG Virtual Championship and the LFM Pro Series where I decided to make it a dedicated last to first championships in each division. And today you're gonna see 2 races, so we're starting last 2 times. Or maybe... let's see if we can make this work. Like, we try to qualify on point. Meaning our target is going to be, if we finish P24 in race 1, we try to put the car in qualifying in P24 for race 2 and go again. But then again, I'm rather thinking about like just doing start from the P last very much twice. The question to me is anyway, how many people are showing up? We're currently having... Where's the number of drivers? 20... Don't see it anywhere. Instead I'm running wide. I'm a bit scared about that lap time. How bad is it going to be? Is it even a 59? I don't think it is. I think it's a 2 minutes 1 or something. 2 minutes flat, 0.5. Beautiful. How do I actually fix this from happening? Because this is too crazy. I think the only way to really fix that is lowering the rear. Can't really do much. I'll put some more front packers. Try this again. Frank, good luck to you as well. Enjoy. Hey Julian, yeah, I just kept clicking to join, and eventually it let me. If that is the correct profile for that Mercedes, and I am pretty sure it's not, because it's once again a change the duration of the car. Let me quit. I think, you know, my my steering wheel dash is showing funnily enough is showing the Cadillac one. Profiles manager. Yep. Load. Edit profile. Edit profile. Where is the OK button? I think now we're Gucci. I was thinking about, like, that shift light, the last blue ones, they're coming up way too late and way too slow in the end as well, so I thought something must have been effed. Yo, MD, how you doing, bro? MD, you could do me a favor, apparently. Are you, you do have Instagram, right? Haven't you? Can you check my profile and see whether there is a live stream and how it looks? Because it should look a proper portrait orientation of the stream, but I'm afraid it hasn't. Thank you. Usually I don't play iRacing now, but I'm about to buy another 1 month pass for the moment because I have to do some content on it. So chaps, we need to somehow ditch into the 59s and pace. Not sure yet how, but we have to. Mid 59s apparently. I've only played the last 10 minutes after the update of the Le Mans Ultimate platform, and I do believe they've reverted back to the old way of netcode, if I'm not mistaken, to the TCP one, until they completely fix the issues. Yeah, so I don't get it, because I do have a vertical plugin installed in OBS. But for whatever reason it decides to go back on the portrait, on the landscape one. Yeah, no, vertical video is a crime, but you know, platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they don't offer anything else really. What I've done though is I've put the normal stream layout, basically landscape, into the middle, and I will do other stuff around it as a surrounding. But again, I need to have a closer look into this. Not right now, but maybe after the stream or tomorrow. I took the last 45 minutes setting this stuff up again. And I don't get it, because, you know, I'm using the Restream vertical OBS plugin as intended. It just doesn't do anything really. Jens, thank you so much for the good luck wishes. Also, very funny indeed, I do not see anything on the YouTube chat on the YouTube platform, but I do see the YouTube chat within Restream. Wait, what the fuck? Yes, MD, it's the Restream vertical plugin for OBS. I should probably rotate with the brake more than I rotate with the throttle, of course. But here is my issue: rotating with the brake to me is very inconsistent, because I'm not a I'm a hypercar merchant. I'm not a GT3 merchant. boy, oh boy. This is going to be nuts. But I do believe mid 59s, low 59s, potentially possible. Is the YouTube stream at least fluid in both horizontal and vertical orientation? I restarted the game, Julian. And I made sure I am on the public branch. Thank you, Nicholas. I honestly think race 1 is still going to be a little bit of a learner. And then hopefully in race 2 we might be able to fully unload our potentials. You're welcome, Julian. 59.2. So 3 more tenths. Michi Magic, where? Stream, not OBS. Ah, let me have a look at that. Maybe I can fix this during the qualifying. Can you send me that? Open your current RTMP setup on Restream, find Instagram, the same click edit, and then of course stream orientation. That is set to portrait already. Yeah, I've made sure that this is the case. You know, I'm streaming simultaneously both portrait and horizontal to YouTube right now, and it shows the portrait one in the wrong scenery as well. Like it shows a horizontal stream just simply being centered and stretched to the top of the screen in the portrait orientation, which is obviously wrong. Oi! Damn it. Shit. Got into the wall. I don't know. It's yeah. It's a bit pretty much fucked up. Like, I also read, and I maybe need to make sure that, like, that could maybe be, although I expect that to have overwritten something. There was one plugin installed before which required an own stream key to it. Now that should have been gone. Yeah, thank you very much, MD. I may have to have a look at it later on. As I said before, I have made sure that the orientation is being set to landscape for Twitch, and for landscape and portrait on YouTube, and for portrait on Instagram. But like, I can see it's not portrait in the way I want this to look like. So I wonder what is the situation, because you can maybe have a look and check on the Restream forums or on the Restream pages. There is a dedicated section about the Restream vertical OBS thing, but it says, I think it uses the same. I have a suggestion. What if I'm not using a classic, as of right now at least, I'm not using a classic stream key solution for Restream. I'm using a Restream intensifier that sends the signal through different ports and stuff. What if that is not as dynamically as I would require it for that portrait stuff? I think potentially that might be the issue. I remember having had to use that because for whatever reason in between now and then my streams kept dying, and like Restream said, oh, it looks like the push through is not going to be strong enough for the signal, and then like dies. Jim 8, hello there, how you doing? So yeah, maybe that is part of the solution in a way. I don't know. Right, let's have a look where we sit. Yeah, honestly, if I find half a second is a bit much to ask for, right? Oh, 10 minutes qualifying. Let me see if I can quickly find something. Alright, I think I know what's the issue. I'm not receiving any portrait. Interesting. Empty, could you do me another favor by chance? I don't get it. I don't see the chat that happens on YouTube. Like, for crying out loud. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh my god. Now, I don't know if you guys can confirm this or not, but I do believe I do have two landscape YouTube streams running at the same time. One that is with a thumbnail, the other one that is without. Oh, for fuck. Fuck. Yes, exactly that is what happened. And it's quite funny because so here's what I did. And I can I won't believe this. Shit. Let me quickly 20 times 6. 18, I think it's going to be 11-ish laps. Taking 41 liters. Okay, so to finish the story, what I've done before going live is I have added, I was like, you know, I'm just smart, I just add another channel to YouTube and call it a portrait one, well, to restream basically. And then it said, yeah, no. Can you accept? Yes. And I was like, okay, cool. And at the top it was success, another channel added, and I was like, hang on a minute, I only see one YouTube channel. So I was like, yeah, probably it erases each other out, because like, why would a streamer stream to 2 different YouTube channels at the same time, right? So it makes sense that this option is not a thing. Well, apparently it did work, because I have 2 streams going. One at the portrait and landscape, and the other one being just a portrait one. Now the problem is, both streams are only in landscape, and I can see on the restream chat. This is so nuts. The restream chat is connected to 2 streams, but the restream encoder itself shows only 1 stream. You know what I mean? So I'm a bit confused. Oh, hang on a minute. We are only 23 active drivers. Everyone else that says it's standing in the pits, these guys are not racing. Yeah, either way, it's pretty fucked up regarding the streams, but to sum it up, Halsmaul is absolutely the right call. That's absolutely what it is. Very annoying. But it is what it is. I have to analyze and investigate this tomorrow. To flat. A flat would have put me dead last still, but of course I do have some fuel on board. Okay, so I'll just gonna do it the way now. Just take 41 liters and presume I'm fine with this. could obviously kill one stream, right? I'm killing the one without a thumbnail. No. I killed them both or what? Oh. No, it's not just you, MD. It seems the entirety. Is it good now again? Okay. MD, let me quickly know if it happens to be bad again, please. Because I now started to record, and I have the feeling that it might act up on the CPU or something. Also, I obviously have killed one stream on YouTube, so I hope this is going to be back up again. But is the stream in itself a slideshow now? Again. Okay, it's lagging again now. Copy, copy. How about now? YouTube lagging again. Copy, copy. Now it's goody again. Okay, so I can't record. Okay. Yeah, then we just leave it like this. And whatever. Yeah, donate for a new PC. Absolutely that. How is... In fact, the Instagram stream looking right now, because I found another button on OBS for a virtual cam for the portrait. So if you could have a look, that would be great. If that has somehow became a good landscape portrait streamer. Anyway, guys, 20 minutes of racing. Here we go. I see bonks, I see smoke, I see yellows. Ah, I see a 5 wide into Maggots, Buckets and Chapel. Oi. We're good, we're good, we're good. Still good. Smoke. Man, people. It's crazy what I'm looking at here. But whatever. I know it's a 20-minute race, but people are taking absolutely no prisoners right now. Can only mean this is going to be huge fun. for the entirety of the race. And there is another 20-minute race coming your way, guys. 2 cut points, by the way. So no cuts allowed. Ooh. Losing too much momentum, really. But we're in a good fight for a P15, P13-ish. P17. David, I think it's a +5, but still, in 20 minutes it's almost impossible to make up a +5, right? Especially not with that traffic. Then I honestly think, if anything, P13 is the optimum here. It's a track limit, half a point. Come on. Like, I've been there all the time. No need to drive straight into my car. Okay, more setback. Nothing to worry about, though. Because people will commit to cuts, or then having to give up the time, so... And this on the left there is quite a huge cut, as you can see, so... The posers are too wide. This is crazy stuff. 3 wide, actually. It's just, yeah. It was inevitable. P15. Seven laps to go. There you go. DT Laralde. So I assume track limits is not a 5-second penalty. It's a straight drive-through. Uh-oh. So don't do touchy-touchy of those track limits again. So from here on, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna climb more spots. Ippolito in P12. I initially thought I could perhaps have a go. But now looking at this, I'm unsure. I need Nuri, Aaron and Klaffenberg fight a bit more. Get close again. Then we have a chance at Nuri for P14. But honestly, looking at the deltas, I have a couple of greens ahead. Just not strong enough to really do something, but generally green is green, right? Well, yeah, dead is dead. Ah, lost the entirety of the momentum here on Nuri. That's that thing with the GT3s and the brakes. I know you have to use them to rotate. I'm just not really good at that. But I think Nuri I could potentially crack. And then yeah, Ippolito I think is running away from me, so basically I think P14 might be the realistic maximum here. We're having a good exit. Oh, someone in the gravel, so we're gonna pick up on pieces. We have 10 minutes remaining. We're not only picking up on pieces, we're also potentially picking up on penalties. Where can we do a move? Stowe corner. Wasn't too sure whether the car's gonna keep the rotation momentum. Well, well, well. This is not done yet though, like, look at what happens ahead. The guys are closing a gap to go for a full white battle with 8 minutes to go. And I do think we may potentially benefit from this. My key and core task though is to eventually get by this car ahead of me. So Cody Latkovsky didn't he not qualify in second, so he's on the way back. Which means passing this car ahead is even more vital. Just too far away. I'm having a balance issue into Stowe. I'm sitting in the draft. Shall we do? Yo, Bolek. Life's good, bro. Shall we do a surprise attack into the hairpin? Very successful. But Latkovsky was successful on him as well. So the move came too late. And then Latkovsky is gonna get at me. And I doubt I can hold him for 4 laps. It's just too much pace difference. Well, speaking about pace difference, look at what's ahead of us. And remember Spa. In the final 5 minutes, Drama has rolled the dice ahead of us. And honestly, it's like 7 cars, 7 seconds ahead. So having a point now. Stream chat overlay is kaput. What is it doing, or rather what is it not doing? Has it identified Bolek as a bot or as a... This message didn't pop up, copy. Short on fuel. I guess I'm gonna deal about the fuel shortage later. For the moment, I try to keep the position and see what happens ahead of us. As we're gaining. It's just like in so many races where we are not perfectly prepared for the point of time where we actually start catching and gaining the time is too late in perspective of races. Can we keep 13th though? That would be very great. Ah, shit. Don't see a way how we can keep this. Ah, we kept it, and we're still on it. And we're closing in on Klaffenberg and Dipolito for the final lap. And that race happening shortly. I can't leave him more space. Honestly, if I leave him more space, I could as well just let the door open and let it happen. Drake Nathan, yes, that's what I do. Absolutely correct. So we are 0.2 to the good with the fuel. Now we should be safe for this straight. So unless I do something super stupid going into Stowe, I should be Gucci. Mouse has left the chat, or better say Mouse has left the tray. It's a competitive split, this one here. Good stuff though. It looks like it's going to be P13 all over again. Half a liter to spare. Going to be a drag race to the line. Don't splutter. Yes! Nice! We fended off from the guy starting second, so it just shows how difficult it is to overtake actually in a GT3. Nice, nice, nice stuff. So I quickly, oops, I'm gonna have a look. Oh, mouse. I already said it has left the chat. I have 41 liters. Good. So I need half 42 liters for. Setup, custom, save. No. What? Something was off with the setup. Ah. Okay. Um. Um. Have a look. When is server 2 coming up? 80 and 850. Okay. You know what? We we are going to make. We're going to try to fix some streaming stuff, right? That's what we do. I'm still confused. Let me see, because I do see a portrait now on. Why does that not work? I do see a portrait now on What was it called? Fuck's sake. Restream mode. So yeah. Finde ich echt hoffe ich. So it says I'm streaming a portrait stuff, but oh no, it's not. So let's see. I think we should be live on TikTok as well, so I could see from the studio, from the live studio, how that one is going. MD, feel free to see whether on YouTube you'll find, of course, you'll find a better. I'm also wondering it should do a live stream on YouTube as well in portrait, but that seems also been fucked. Despite on restream, I can see it's correct. So I need to find a way, honestly. So let's see how TikTok Live is looking. This is the thing I don't understand, because coming from the stream or coming from restream, it looks correct. On restream, I have a landscape and it's the right one, and I do have a virtual, like a portrait, and it's the right one. I think I found my to-do list for tomorrow. Fix stream. Because, you know, like you could argue whether YouTube and Twitch. That is already my main stuff. But I should just solely focus on this. Funny. Hi, Car. I got approached. We went into negotiations, basically. Tab S7 Plus. Fuck up. Oh, for crying out loud. All I want. We have a new lobby code. Yes, we do. Now comes the fun stuff. That's quite fun. Like, I am live, I think. I killed this one now. Of course I did. That's correct. So, where's my... this stuff? Nah, they're also taking young gunners. Where then, when they, you know... when they are good and strong enough, then I don't think this is an issue. So is TikTok still live, or is that this dead now again? You know what? I'ma just go to my own TikTok profile. Live. Then I should probably see the stream, right? Hey guys, why for the sake of it, I can't see my own live shit? You know, like, I'm live right now. How come I can't see that? Here it is. And I have to admit, again, it shows landscape. It shows landscape, despite it says it's portrait. What? Ah, das raff ich nicht. Ah, going to be a fun day tomorrow fixing this. Okay, anyway, we're not here for fixing streams live while being live. Just close. Please close. Thank you so much. 3 more minutes of practice. Safe to say we don't need the practice, right? Do we? I think we would need the practice indeed. But here we go again. Minimize. Okay. Why the hell can we not make... this work? And now next try, guys, if I go on record, does the stream become bad again? Let me know. Thank you so much. I assume it does. to stream Effie again now. How about using the right scene? I could probably see myself. No, it's fine though. So it lets me record now, but it didn't let me record half an hour ago. Machines, right? Oh no, it acted up. It's now spooling up. So, show me. And I can see it's acting up already within OBS. And you see how the vertical one should look like. Nope. It's not fixing it. Okay. I have fucked something super badly up. Anyway, we're gonna fix this tomorrow. Probably by redoing the entirety of the thing. See you at the... Thank you very much for the follow. Hello and welcome to the stream. Okay. Right. I have to admit, like, I'm a little bit frustrated, like just a tiny little bit. Because fixing streams wasn't on my hit list for tomorrow, and maybe honestly is not going to be on my hit list for tomorrow either. Maybe it's a thing for the weekend, for like next week. So the guy that complains about people not keeping their shit together in turn 1 in races just like goes by everyone waiting to start their lap just to mind his own business. Great, isn't it? And brake so late with those GT3s, it's nuts. You can take the first and the second part of anti-cuts there, but not the last ones. I'm just really trying to find a new couple of braking points. Try and maximize for the last bits of thousands and stuff. Because honestly, like, if I want to finish E13 again, I need to be better than last time, because I'm expecting not as many crashes and fallouts in this race. They're currently coming for a 59.4. .2 at this stage, or would 59.4 put me P18? I can't really believe that like 40 liters of stuff is playing that much of a difference in lap time performance. I might be wrong though. .58.8 on this occasion. That would put me 14th. .58.745 according to the dash. .745 would put me 10th. kept it. This would have been the last attempt anyway. La gravel. That is worth half a tenth. Actually, a full tenth, huh? Yeah, easy. All right. So 58.7. Yeah, P12. So yeah, P15 is the target. Yeah, it is for a real life test, but you have to be realistic with the expectations. You know, I could win every race in this series and maybe be second once, and that could mean I might, worst case, finish best P6 in the overall championship, not having any chance whatsoever. So, you know, the odds are just extremely, extremely small that you actually eventually put it off, especially with everyone being like completely gloves off racing. So, yeah, I'm not going for the full sense. Instead, I try to promote this series because I think it's a fun series to race in. And we're gonna promote it with, say, a little bit of content. Right. More fuel in this time. How about taking fresh tires, Mitchie's? Probably a smart move, isn't it? Yo, Fat Bad, how you doing, man? Long time no see. How are you, bro? Thank you, Oscar. Oscar, you're gonna do LMP3 tomorrow again? Yeah, it's 2 races. Yeah, Micah, but you know, like people are sweating the shit out of these GT3s. Like Ribeiro, he's one of the top GT3 drivers in ACC and now in Le Mans Ultimate. I'm hardly racing any GT3s in the first place, so you know, this is not my field. If it would be a hypercar series, I could probably think about different, but let's see. On the B-Alien setup, I hope you used my referral code for saving some bare money. Oh, do I need to start from the P26 spot on? It quite looks like. Let's see if I have to. Because that would mean I'm having like an empty row ahead of me. Which could mean like I can fully send it into turn 1 without having to fear of hitting anybody. But let's see how it goes. The game will guide me on the start now. Alright guys, the second 20-minute race. Here it comes, here we go. Green, green, green. Ow. So, I mean, yes, I broke very, very late. Oh boy. Hey! I broke very, very late, but I had to brake this late. Already. Because people ahead were braking early and moving left, right and center, and then our new people from behind would just lose it. Ah, that's shit. I'm not sure if the car was okay before, but it's clearly not okay anymore. Ow. Bro? How often you still want to drive into my car? These bozos, man. Good job by Emra. He knew what he had to do. It's also part of the reason why I decided to make it a last to fast challenge, because content. I said this before. Content, content, content. If I did not spin up the tires, it would have not got me into the defensive situation going down here towards final 2 corners. But anyway. Now the qualifying was also sweaty, the series itself, so it took me quite some attempts to actually get in there. Hence I knew, you know, dominating the split, which I need to do in order to have a chance at the top prize, is not a thing. Oi. I'm just not happy with that behavior of the rears on the braking into those trail brakey sections. Anyway, we started the 23rd, we're sitting P13 again apparently, and I do believe, I'm not sure if I'm right or not, are we faster than Chiesa in P11 together with Emre ahead? Because that would mean we would move towards closing that gap instead of seeing it increase. 20-minute sprint race chaos certainly never disappoints with the lap 1 drama we already had. Emre really taking a tight approach here. Or that last corner. So we are faster than 10th by 3/10. Despite having our struggles. Oh! Emre with a big struggle there. And that gets me into the draft. I think that was a beautiful move. Racing room given at all times. And this time I stayed in control of the car. Personally, was the more important thing. Series started 2 weeks ago, qualifying was like 8 weeks ago already, or 6 weeks ago. So, 3 seconds to Lefrancois and Chiesa. Good on fuel. Are we good on pace though? Question 59.6. That is matching our PB. And since we now have clean air, now it's about to see how quick we can do this. And we're gaining. We are gaining on the both, and they stop battling, so that's good. P10 is on the line here, guys. I'm not sure what is a bigger achievement if we do P10. Is it starting 31st and being 13th after 45 minutes? Or would it be starting 23rd and be 10th after 20 minutes? Pro rata temporis, you'd probably say 23rd to 10th, and less than half of the time, then not even double the positions, and more than half of the time is probably better. A very scientific way of saying that, but you guys probably know what I'm on about. Minutes. And honestly, I think 10 minutes should be sufficient to close the gap to these guys. They have been battling, so they are exceptionally slow this lap, almost a second. And the more I drive this now, the more I get the hang of this Mercedes. The snap oversteer is not a setup issue, it's the Michi issue. In the way we are driving the Merc. I am 100% certain about this. And that means, guys, if you think this Mercedes has great pace and you're better in extracting it from the car than I am, then exclamation mark setups. Check out the B-Alien setup shop. Buy the Mercedes GT3 setup for Silverstone. Make sure to use the referral code BHOYER on the checkout to get a 10% discount for the purchase. And then take out the car and do 58 consecutively in race trip. Because I only can do 59.0 if I finish this lap. In that manner. Nicely hanging the curb, getting extra rotation, but also losing a bit of speed. But it doesn't matter because I'm closing in on the guys. I'm a bit too early at the apex here of this second hairpin. Escortkicker NP9, he's gone. No chance for me to close him on him, but I believe this P10 is very much on the line if I'm able to set up a move. I need to be careful though, because Emra Sunmess behind is waiting for stuff to happen here when we fight the P10. A bit too much sliding. Nonetheless though, this is well left Francois. He's losing 3/10 to us. Which means, if we come into the position to get behind him, we can have a run on him down this straight. He's running wide a lot actually. I'm not sure what is the pace of Chiesa. Because I'm pretty sure that Chiesa has been held up. Both of the guys running a bit wide. And I almost joined them in doing so. Yeah, this is a much better line through the second hairpin. And then we're on it. We're in contention for P10 here for the last 6 minutes. But we're also in contention of dying in dirty air. Getting in a nice little whoosh on the front bonnet, as we're also collecting our first cut points, 0.25. So again, here is the important stuff. A little bit too wiggly. And left hand, wah. Got this section a bit better as well, though. Oops. A little bit too eager. So, Chiesa is gonna roll the dice now. Alles Alpha, thank you very much for your sub on the YouTube channel. Chiesa is doing this smart. Defending while attacking. 3 laps to go. So someone was in the pits, I saw. La Croix, probably a drive-through for track limits. This could be a move for Chiesa. Smart defending. And now we're running out of time, unless I put a super dive bomb somewhere. Rumbled a bit too much over that curb, I'm afraid. Bravery. We make the move stick. And that, guys, is P10, and we're perfectly fine. It is going to be also a move in the last lap for La Francois. But we need to be spot on now. Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate it. We're gonna take half a cup point. .8 of a second is too far. How much Michi magic can we do in this last lap? That is about to come. Oof. I think we used quite a bit of Michi magic to still be heading the right direction now. But eventually the gap is down to 0.6. If we can get the gap to 0.5 at the end of tops. Oh, track limits, really? A millimeter cut. We have a chance. Do we have to give that back? I'll let stewards decide on it. Actually, I'm short on fuel, I gotta lose it anyway. Kept it! I kept it! How close though? Ah, guys, that's crazy shit. I love that stuff. This is why I'm doing that as last to first, because it creates this kind of shit. Let's have a look at the scene, because that is, I could see it's being protestable. To be fair. I could have carried a tad more speed, but... And then here you see I had to lift. I had to ever lift so slightly to get for the move on the inside. But he kinda reacts on me, you know? He kinda reacts on me, and here I'm committed. So... he just leaves enough space, but... Is it enough, really? I need to go on the grass. And then I leave him just about enough room there. Arguably, you can say I use the off track to gain speed. It depends. It depends. It depends how you evaluate and rate my running around the outside of the track. Whether you consider that is like leaving the track gaining an advantage, or whether that is the result of trying to leave space for the other car. Hey, Ricardo. Good race, good race. Nice stuff. I thought you had the chance on La Francois a little bit more. I expected you to be well within that. Brendan Lee, a shout out to Brendan Lee, rating us with a party of 36. Thank you so much, Brendan. How has been your stream? What have you been doing? Let's see if the shout out been given to Twitch. Everyone, check out Brendan Lee, highly experienced and quick sim racer from the UK. Well, man doesn't need an introduction, right? As being the champion of the very first F1 sim racing competition. Ricciardo. I'm eventually glad you pulled out of the move towards club on the very last lap. This would have been nasty. Anyway, I'm expecting a protest and a potential penalty for me. So I'm not keeping that 9th place, but probably been given a 5 seconds, and then I drop down. Where would I drop down to? How far has the gap been? Let me see. Sonmes. Yeah, I would drop down to P12. Emre Sonmes still within the 5 second. Like, we were a group of 4 in the end, I think. And Nicholas, thank you for the follow. Is that Nicholas? Oh, you had fun. I'm glad to hear that, Nicholas, because I've just reviewed the incident that we had, and I think while you were reactive and moving to the inside, causing me to go onto the grass, I also took like advantage, taking the track limits around the outside into club. So yeah, I don't know. If we would protest it, I think it's 5 second penalties for us both. But yeah, I'll raise my hand and probably say I should have given that back. Cody Nicola, thank you for the follow. Hello there. But what's good fun, honestly, like he was closing on the braking zone. Yeah, exactly. I think it goes both ways. Like, he committed closing on the braking zone. I committed leaving the track, potentially taking advantage. I would sum that up as well and agree with that, Nicholas. We both went a little beyond the line. But you know, it's last lap moves. So I understand you not wanting to give up on me, and and me also not want to sit in there being like, okay, 10th is actually fine. Anyway, Cody Nicola, thank you also for the follow. That name rings a bell though. That name rings a bell. Yeah, you were behind me in race 1. Honestly, Cody, I expected you to be easily able to go for a move on the final stages of the race. But I'm kind of glad you couldn't. Oh yeah, for sure. We can have more fun in the future. I'll plan to do all the 6 races here. I'm just looking at I try to look at it and see what's worse, me gaining an advantage or you closing on the braking zone stuff. It's fine. I personally won't protest it. If you want, then feel free. If we get a penalty, I'm not hurt at all. Because I would deserve one. But personally, I'm like, we spoke about it, and actually, I'm on a respectful level. I agree with everything you said, and I'm also ready to move on. I mean, I've been easy saying that because I profited in the scene, right? Anyway, guys, plan for tomorrow is a PMR stream. Yes, we're gonna check out the new hypercars because PMR received an update today, if I'm not mistaken, with reworked hypercars. So hypercars is our territory. That's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna check out. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the stream and the racing. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we encountered today. If you appreciate the streaming stuff we do in Le Mans Ultimate mainly, then please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe on the YouTube channel, and make sure to give a thumbs up on the YouTube stream. We're now gonna have a raid, of course. Hayden Gillis is live with some racing stuff. I haven't seen him live for a while, so here we go. Till then, guys, have a great evening. See everyone. Bye bye.